those people. So relationships mean nothing if you do not utilize them. And relationships, and you said like with me, like you said, I go by a person's aura, and I'm not judging anybody. I'm not judging anybody. The guy on the street who unfortunately had to sleep on the street because whatever happened is like he's sleeping on the street could be just as much of a positive help to me or a positive person for me and my family as opposed to the CEO that comes home every day that run a company worth millions of dollars, have a whole bunch of things that life think that's important. But what kind of person is that person? So relationships with me is all about the person. It's all about the person's aura. I don't care who you are. Your station in life to me has nothing to do with anything. When I walk into a room and there's people of uh, uh, different statures or different places in their lives, to me, we're all on the same level. Nobody to me is any better than me or any worse than me. We are all on the same level. And I try to treat people as if they are important because you are important. You are important. It doesn't mean what you do or what you've done. That does not make you important. You know, I'm in the streets of Harlem all the time, and people will come up to me and they'll be like, "Yo, what's going on? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hey, what's going on with you, my brother? How you feeling? How's your family?" Because and then he walks away, and I say to myself, "Damn, I don't remember who he was, but he remember who I was, and whatever our connection was a pleasant one because he came up and said, 'What's up? What's going on?' And it could have went the different way. There's people who walk out in the street in Harlem, and people say, 'Oh, there you go. That's the dude I've been looking for. There we go. I'm going to get him.'" You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's like, it's all about treating people the way that they are supposed to be treated. And I think everybody is supposed to be treated with respect, supposed to be treated kindly. And sometimes you're going to do that to people and they're not going to reciprocate and they're not going to give that back to you, but that's okay. You can't take that personal. You can't let another person take away your joy, take away who you are, because I'm going to always be me. And if I go home and let somebody else, because somebody else's action take me out of who I am, then I'm not who I am.
Right.
One of my favorite sayings is that in a situation where somebody may get on your nerve or make you mad or make you angry, I try not to get angry. I say to myself, you know what? One of us is going to be uncomfortable and it's not going to be me. So I'm good. And people are always going to judge you no matter what you do. You are always going to be judged. So therefore, that's why you shouldn't always try to be perfect or you should always try to please people. You just be who you are and be kind to people, because people are always going to, good, bad, or indifferent, people are always going to have something to say about you. So, but you can't worry about that. Like CJ said, he has a mission in life. And CJ also, could you just shout out your fraternity?
No, he didn't. But before he does that, I want to shout out Cecilia um, for bringing to our attention that we started at 6. Um, and I will upload the part that you all missed. But for those who are just joining us right now, this is the Strive Alumni Town Hall. This is the beginning of our second year. You can check YouTube for our anniversary edition. We are up to 189 subscribers. When we first started out, we were at 83. So thank you for all of you who have subscribed. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor. But the topic that we're discussing right now, because August is designated as Black Business Month, we are not only discussing the myths, the pros and cons around entrepreneurship itself. We are privileged to have several entrepreneurs in this space, but we're highlighting some of the lessons learned from CJ in the enterprise that he started some 15 years ago and how the lessons he learned carries forward. Where we picked up, we were talking about relationships and building relationships, because CJ mentioned that in year 1, he grabbed the people around him, some of his fraternity brothers, other people that he knew to get his nonprofit started. we also talked about the need he saw and the support he did not feel that he received because he was good, but he wasn't on either side of the spectrum. And you guys tell me if I'm missing anything so far. And then out of the need, he became what he wished he had. So then we flipped it to talk to dive into Terrence's wealth of wisdom when it comes to maintaining, building relationships, connecting to people, and giving sound advice to anyone. I love how both of you keep going back to there's an emerging theme I'm hearing is to see people as human first, not as having titles, not as having stripes, but to really find out who the individual is. But first of all, know who you are, what you bring to the table, and what you're here to do. So when you're clear about that, you're clear about coming alongside and asking people to help either in mentorship or in business. So CJ, you kept alluding to fraternity, and feel free to shout out said organization that was founded in 1906. So
Yes, I'm a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. That's something that's near and dear to my heart. It's important to realize that, like Terrence was saying, is understanding who you are, and Terrence does a masterful job of connecting to people.
I
And
keep, thank you, CJ. Thank you, CJ, because I can roll back the tape and show the look he was giving me as I was saying that, but he seemed to be okay when you said it. But we'll talk about that offline. We'll talk about
I just think that's important because Terrence, he's able to meet with people who are young and old and highly successful, just starting their careers. And I think that is an important trait. There's a masterful skill that we all have developed. And I want to highlight that now because in the beginning of my career, I couldn't do that. I couldn't talk to people. I couldn't connect with people in a way. And it is odd because even when I met Terrence, I was still developing that trait. Because when I met Terrence, Terrence was going on a journey to join 100 Black men. And
right.
I
Remember
was
that?
to be a part of that organization as well. And I knew Terrence was being a part of it. And I had to learn, how do I connect with this man? Yes, we're colleagues, but I had just started at Strive. So our relationship wasn't one, it was more of a just high and by in the hallways. But I knew he had an enigmatic energy. So I was like, all right, let me settle down. Let me figure out. So I knew he was going to this event. And I was like, I have to go to this event because I want to get in with this organization. But I wanted to teach my mentees how to network. So I brought two of them with me, and we went to some warehouse thing on the west side. Terrence is like, I'm an early bird. He's going to get in there early. So I was like, I got to get there earlier than Terrence so I can make sure I'm good. I'm an introvert. I was like, I'm not trying to be a party and all that. And so I bring my mentees there.
Wait, can we pause right there? You are an introvert. And Terrence, would you describe yourself as an extrovert or an introvert?
Yeah, I never even really gave it any thought. But
okay.
I actually gotta look up the definitions.
Okay. So because this is an educational live stream again, introverts are those individuals who get energy from quiet spaces, from reflection, from thinking, whereas introverts get their energy from being in and around people, being connecting. And then you have ambiverts who are a combination of the two, that they can be around people, but they have to have that
periods of isolation.
Would you say, yes, I am an ambivert in case, yes, because many times I get mistaken for an extrovert, of which I am not. but that's another live stream. So where we pick up with this is that CJ is moving distinctly outside of his comfort zone because he has a desire to become part of this organization.
And the reason why I want to highlight this story is because it connects to business and what I did next in my career. Mm-hmm. So I had to study Terrence for quite some time. So I watched his mannerisms. I saw the way he talked. I tried to pick up on cues on things he liked. So I knew he dabbled in libations. So soon as I saw him coming down the stairs, I beeline to him. And I said, yo, what you drinking?
He said dabbled in libations. I love that. I thought you would just say, I knew he liked to drink. But anyway.
And so I beeline to him and I said, what you drinking? I got you. And so I ordered him a drink and I was like, yo, Terrence, I need you. He said, say no more. I know who you are.
As a caveat,
yes.
Both of you, let it be clearly known that both of you were not during working hours.
Right.
21. And for those anyone watching this, they are responsible individuals. Okay.
Yeah, nobody was driving that night. Vernon doing an excellent job of keeping this. And so, and Terrence said something key that has transformed my life. And I said, Terrence, here's the things I want to do. Drink is on me. But Terrence cut me off and said, say no more. I've seen you. I know what you're capable of. You're supposed to be here. And then he left, and then the rest is history. Yep. It was so important that I highlight that because as an introvert, I struggle with feeling I'm not seen. I struggle with feeling that my voice is not heard. For Terrence to tell me, listen, I already know what you're capable of. You don't have to give me the spiel. Led me to the thing of something that I teach my students now. Don't just be present, be a presence. So regardless that I was doing my work, I was being present and being a presence in the places that I was filling in.
Yeah.
God,
you can hear my voice radiating and echoing through the halls as I'm giving my exposition.
So wait a minute. So let me ask you, Terrence.
So let me ask. Yeah. Like that's what aura was all about. When I said, yo, I seen him. I said, he knows exactly what he's doing. I don't know whether he's an introvert or not, but when he command that classroom, yo, I'm like, okay. I see a lot of leadership in him, a lot of leadership qualities in him. I see a guy that can get people to follow you. And that's what leadership is all about. It's not about being a boss, it's about being a leader. A lot of people get caught up in that boss stuff. Somebody gives them a title and they got to be boss. They got to tell you what to do. That's not what it's all about. No, a leader, a boss, going to tell you what to do and watch your back and keep watching you. A leader is going to let you do your thing and wait. And if you need something, you come to him and he's going to teach you how to do that. So I've seen the leadership in CJ, and I've seen his intelligence, and I've seen his sense of humor. Like he has the total package. So yes, anything that I can do for this young man, and like I said, what I said before the YouTube things, what I said was that relationships are not anything if you do not ask for help. The fact that he came and asked me, that right there, you could, if you can come to ask me, I'm gonna do my damnedest to help you, no matter who you are, no matter what you are, to help you with. If I can't do it, I'm gonna, because of a network, I'm gonna show you where to go. But I always believe, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help, nothing at all.
Yes, what's rich for me is how, unbeknownst to either one of you, you are both observing the other. Terrence, you didn't know that CJ was studying you. And CJ, you probably didn't know that Terrence was checking you too. You probably just found out, you probably found in the day.
But it wasn't a check-in where I'm saying, let me go. It was like he could have been passed by. Like he said, I passed his class. I'm like, well, let me go in there. That's the whole snap. You know, it's more of that. It's more of that. Okay, this dude is all right. I like him, you know, and I love a person like, first of all, he's smart. He's definitely a smart young man, you know. So like I'm telling you, he's you know, not to, you know, Well, he could be my son, but he remind me of my sons. But anyway.
I appreciate you, Terry.
Oh,
And so, guys, there's a lot of good messaging coming out of this. Again, we're talking about entrepreneurship. It was that awakening that kind of made me realize that I had to do a lot more and ask more. My whole business, my nonprofit, what was the first business that I started, led me to starting a second business, which is my image consulting business. And then I got into coaching. And then here's where it connects to masters. Given the opportunity, again, you have to realize that businesses exist to solve a problem. Businesses exist to solve a problem.
If you could say that again.
Businesses exist to solve a problem. They are designed to make things easier or to fill a gap. And so Measure of a Man existed at this point almost like 12 years or something like that. I was successful, but I've never worked with women and gotten them into careers. There was a gap in Strive programming. There was something that was missing. We were highly successful for 30-something years and getting people jobs and elevating them. And I realized that, if I just do something a little bit different, I can help these individuals because they were starving for something more. And that was what Birth Masters. I took the Measure of a Man concept and I brought it to Strive and opened it up to both genders, which is a new endeavor for me because I never worked with women up until that point on the developmental side.
Got you.
Right.
And so Measure of a Man, I took that model and I tweaked it and made it into a leadership development and professional development model that became Masters. And Masters became an acronym for making strides to realize my strengths.
Would you mind repeating that, sir?
Masters is written in short form, so it's MSTRS, which also is a acronym for making strides toward realizing strengths. So it's a double entendre on mastering yourself, self-mastery, and then leadership. Because a master is a master of his domain, of where he can be. He's not a master of other people. It's mastery of self. And then also the leader aspect, mastering my strengths. So that's what it became. And shout out to, I'm gonna actually read the names of the very first class that started in Masters, because these people helped me to realize that there was something bigger. Bianca Hunter, Paola Bree, Francis Perez, Barbara Quintanel, Giovanna Shaw, Mark Davis, Malachi Humes, and Chantel Funey. These are the first individuals that signed up for the program back when Strive was around the corner on 2nd Avenue. So I'm so proud of what they've become, how they've grown, and what Masters has become now. We started off with those 8 individuals, and we've now hit 93 over the 4 years that Masters has been associated with Strive.
93. And so one of the things and speaking of Black businesses, and I'm going to ask you to take a look at our July anniversary edition, where we shouted out some specific alumni who have started their own businesses. And actually take a look at our last year, this time we were talking about entrepreneurship. Well, it was July, talking about entrepreneurship with Lucinda Cross. So we're not just committed to Black business or entrepreneurship as a whole during the month of August, but that is part of coming alongside and partnering with you to become and go and grow in whatever direction that you feel you want to add to your personal portfolio. There is a Masters reunion coming up Labor Day weekend, September 4th, Prospect Park. And we gave a little prelude of it last month, but as it's coming closer and we'll have come and gone for our next alumni town hall, CJ, would you please give a preview of coming attractions for that Masters reunion?
Yes, Masters reunion on September 4th at 2 p.m. in Prospect Park. We are being sponsored by Orange 69. They're going to give some food. It's going to be a great time. It is a picnic-like vibe. We have a DJ who's going to come out and play some tunes. It's going to be a great way just to reconnect, have everybody come together before I start the next cohort of Masters, which begins on September 24th. And also just to give everyone an opportunity to kind of talk about all the stuff that they've gone through. Masters has grown so much that there was a point beginning of the pandemic where I actually ran out of material because everybody was so growing. We had to take a hiatus because I had to develop the Masters 2.0. I had to develop more because they've reached such a high level and achieved so much. People have gone on to start businesses, getting great promotions. And we're going to highlight all of the businesses that have come out of Masters. And to continue helping and being a mentor to them, I needed to go back into the lab. And so I'm excited for Masters 2.0, which will kickstart at the end of September.
So if they are interested or want more information, how can they go about finding out about becoming part of that class of Masters?
Yeah, so Masters, like all programs at Strive, is free. However, there is a separate application process. You have to contact me at cjackson@strive.org. Send me an introductory email on why you feel you'll benefit from mentorship and leadership development, and what is your aspirations. Depending upon how well that email goes, we have a committee in Masters who will then invite you for a group interview. And the group interview will then lead to a one-on-one interview, and then your acceptance in Masters. What do you get from being in Masters? Well, Masters we have a two-part 12-week program, 14-week program. The first part is the identity development, second part is the leadership development, and then you get career coaching and career strategy meshed into all of that. You get connected to all 93 members as well as the members from Measure of a Man. So you expand your network. Mind you, the people who are Measure of a Man have started my program when they were 12 years old. They're now starting to hit their 30s and they are highly successful. And so they oftentimes come back to talk about their journey from scholars to masters, as we like to call it, and beyond. And so they act as mentors for the program. You'll have a group session once a week for 2 hours. Then you'll also get activities and actionable items. You'll meet with me 6 times over the course of the 14 weeks for one-on-one to contextualize the lessons for your individual life. You're going to have to make 2 personal objectives and 2 professional objectives. And it is my intention that those are the program outcomes. Whatever you decide that you want for your life and your career, I have to help you to reach that goal within the 3 months that you're in the program.
Awesome. One of the things that the Strive Alumni Association, I should say the primary thing that the Strive Alumni Association is dedicated to is growth. Whether that's professionally, personally, financially, emotionally, relationally, however you define growth, that we provide the resources to connect to that. One of the things that we heard from you is that you wanted to get your money together. And so we have partnered with Chase Harlem Community Branch to offer a back to school edition of your financial journey. Now, this will take place on September 1st and September 8th. It's a 2-part series. September 1st, we'll talk about developing SMART goals and budgeting, how to make what you have work on your way to getting that financial ground solid for you, however you define it. The second session, September 8th, will be all about credit. Now, the reason we call this the back to school version is because those who complete both sessions will then be able to earn free backpacks for their children. So we will have that link out and available before the end of this week. We are doing it virtually, but you need to know that spaces will fill quickly. So if you are even interested in learning more and actually taking actionable steps to getting your financial picture together, and who doesn't, quite frankly, it's a work in progress for all of us, then we invite you to take advantage of that. So you have now opportunities in front of you to learn more about leadership, entrepreneurship, mentorship via masters, to work on your financial profile, your financial health through Chase and through the Strive Alumni Association. I also have to say that I believe that LinkedIn was mentioned earlier, and we're still working with people to make sure that your online brand for professional networking is the best it can be, and quite frankly, accurate. And that's where recruiters are hiring and are looking. To that, I would also have to announce that we are still, more than 18 months later, we still have Virtual Job Club every Tuesday and Thursday at 10. Last year, approximately 700 people were connected to jobs, family sustaining wages, life in New York City wages. So don't be shy. We're here to help. We also, you may have seen some communication about a alumni council where you would actually have say so into the programs and services at Strive, similar to the idea of not making things for us without us. So if you are interested in that, please reach out to Cecilia Hemingway, and that is C as in Charlie Hemingway at strive.org. Last but not least, we have the ongoing partnership with West Side Campaign Against Hunger, where you have the opportunity to receive a food box, because we believe in connecting and getting food to people who need it. If you are in need of that service, please reach out to Martha Marquez, M Marquez, that is MMARQUEZ at strive.org. And there will also Saturday be resources for those who have children. You can also contact Martha Marquez at mmarquez@strive.org to get more information about that. I believe, Terrence, those are all the upcoming announcements and things going on at Strive. Please, because I'm just coming back from vacation, everybody. So if I've overlooked anything, please chime in whether I have overlooked anything.
So do the SST.
The SST, if you are, thank you, CJ. If you are currently in the New York City area and you have not earned your SST, that stands for Site Safety Training, which we'll see, as of September 2019, is a requirement to work on any New York City construction site. to make sure that you make it home to your family, please contact me, Verna Hamilton, B Hamilton at strive.org. Or if you are working with a career coach, let them know that you are in need of that certification. You do need to know that in order to be eligible for that advanced credential, you must have completed your OSHA 30 and have an active OSHA 30 card. All right, thank you for that. Is there anything else? If you can't tell already, we have a lot going on in Strive, a lot to offer. And I see it is 6:56, and I really don't want to have the last word.
I just want to take this moment to kind of highlight. We spoke about masters. I want to highlight those in masters who have businesses.
Please do. Please do.
How you can contact them. So, first, one of the people who you guys all heard of him, Daniel Johnson. He is the founder and CEO of Get Up, a motivational fitness platform. He now works in schools and in businesses and provides them motivational fitness. Daniel Johnson also does one-on-ones. And so if you're looking for a personal trainer or you're looking to gain motivation towards your goals, Get Up is where you need to be. He's really, really good at what he does. Next, I want to talk about is Marvis Ramirez, photo image picture. He does prints and candid photography. If you're looking for professional headshots, Marvis is the man to go to. He has a studio in the Bronx. Danielle Sullivan does credit consulting. So if you're looking for credit repair or finance, if you're looking to build up your finances, Danielle Sullivan does credit counseling. Giovanna Felice Cologne has a streetwear brand that is debuting in October. That's all I'm going to say because I want her to do her debut in October. So I'm very excited for that.
Excuse me, does she have Instagram that we can pull up?
It's not yet. So I'm going the next town hall, I'll be able to give it to you because she's doing a whole rollout. Sanaya Nixon, the Spice Creative Works. If you're looking for handcrafted woodwork furniture, Sanaya Nixon through Spice Creative Works creates wonderful woodworks. Additionally, if you're into fashion and you're looking for a fashion shoot, she does fashion editorials. So she does a great job at fashion editorial. She's actually published. She's actually a published financial editorial. I believe Rolling Out magazine did a feature on her last year. Brandon Bates for Latin Soul, some of the best Latin and soulful fusion. If you were at Strive before the pandemic, every Wednesday we had food because he would come cater for us. Really, really good in Harlem. He does plates. So he's over there on 110 in Park. So, but he also delivers Latin Soul is an amazing. The fried chicken is amazing. And lastly is Brianna Johnson for Liquor Spoon. She does catering, but she specializes in an assortment of cheesecakes. So I know Patti LaBelle got her cheesecakes, but Liquor Spoon cheesecakes are some of the best cheesecakes that I've ever had. And I'm not just saying that because she's my mentee and student. She really, really is an amazing baker, and her catering component of her business is growing really well as well. So congratulations to all of them. These guys are not in their first of full years. All of them have had their businesses for upwards of 3 years now.
We need to add one more that we know of. Antonio Quinones.
Oh yeah.
Who has he's been featured previously, and he's doing a nonprofit to address housing insecurity. So I see that it is 7:00, and we promised that we would live stream between 6 and 7. So I am going to thank CJ and Terrence. And Terrence, if you would take us on out, please.
Hey, listen, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you guys as always. You know how we do. We got to do this in person though. You know what I'm saying? Have a little, what is it? What do you see? A libation.
Oh my.
We should definitely see if we can get a live stream, in person, socially distanced
Definitely.
town hall.
And I'll bring my teapot.
With a little bourbon in it, I never hurt nobody.
Oh wait,
Right, both of y'all, just text y'all. Check your texts.
okay.
Just saw it. Just saw it. Just
Yeah,
saw
all
it.
right.
All right.
All right.
So listen, from our homes to you, stay well, stay calm, and stay connected. This is the August version of the Strive Alumni Town Hall. See you next month.
Happy summer, everybody.